I gripped the steering wheel tighter as rain hammered against the windshield, the wipers slashing back and forth like frantic knives. It was past midnight, and the rural highway stretched into endless darkness, flanked by skeletal trees that clawed at the sky. I'd been driving for hours, fleeing the city after a brutal breakup, my ex's parting words echoing in my head. "You'll regret leaving me alone." But alone was what I craved, until I heard it. A soft, wet cough from the back seat. My heart stuttered. I glanced in the rearview mirror, seeing only shadows and the faint glow of my phone on the passenger seat. "Just the rain," I whispered to myself. But deep down, I knew better. Something was back there, watching me. My name is Emily, and that night I was heading to my aunt's old farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, Vermont. The breakup with Mark had been messy. Screaming matches, shattered glass, and his obsessive texts that followed me even after I blocked him. "Where are you going? Who are you with?" I'd packed my bags in a hurry, thrown them into my beat-up sedan, and hit the road without telling anyone. The gas station attendant at the last stop had given me a weird look when I asked for directions. "Be careful out there, miss. Folks say strange things happen on these back roads after dark." I'd laughed it off, but now, with the engine humming and the radio static crackling, his words gnawed at me. The cough came again, muffled, like someone trying not to be heard. I slammed on the brakes, the car skidding slightly on the slick pavement. Heart pounding, I twisted around, shining my phone's flashlight into the back seat. Empty. Just my duffel bag and a crumpled jacket. "Get a grip, Em," I muttered, forcing a laugh. "Paranoia from the breakup, that's all." Mark had always made me jumpy, planting seeds of doubt in my mind. But as I accelerated again, a chill crept up my spine. The air in the car felt thicker, heavier, like an extra presence was breathing it in. Miles blurred by, the rain easing into a misty drizzle. I fiddled with the radio, landing on a late-night talk show. The host's voice droned on about urban legends. And then there's the classic, the killer in the backseat. A woman driving alone at night, unaware that a hitchhiker or escaped convict has slipped in while she was pumping gas. I shivered and changed the station. Coincidence, right? But the story stuck, burrowing into my thoughts. What if someone had hidden in my car at that gas station? The attendant had seemed off, his eyes darting to my vehicle as I paid. My phone buzzed, startling me. A text from an unknown number. "You shouldn't drive alone." I swerved slightly, dropping the phone. What the hell? I picked it up at the next red light. Wait, there were no lights out here. Just endless black. Another buzz. "Look behind you." Panic surged. I yanked the car to the shoulder, gravel crunching under the tires. Flashlight in hand, I checked again. Nothing. But as I turned back, I caught a glimpse in the mirror. A shadow shifting, like a figure slouching low. I drove faster now, the speedometer climbing to 80. The farmhouse was only 20 miles away. Just imagination, I told myself. But the texts kept coming. "I'm closer than you think. Feel that breath on your neck." I blocked the number, but a new one appeared. "You can't escape me." Mark? It had to be him, tracking me somehow. He'd installed apps on my phone before. Maybe he was pranking me to scare me back. But how did he know about the back seat? The road narrowed, twisting through dense woods. Branches scraped the windows like fingers. Then a whisper, faint but unmistakable. "Emily." My name hissed from behind. I screamed, slammed the brakes again. The car fishtailed, stopping inches from a ditch. I leaped out, rain soaking me instantly, and flung open the back door. Empty, but on the seat, a wet footprint. Larger than mine, muddy and fresh. How? I'd been alone all night. Back in the car, doors locked, I called 911. "Hello? There's someone in my car. I think they're hiding." The operator's voice was calm. "Ma'am, stay put. What's your location?" But the signal dropped, the phone dying despite a full battery earlier. Cursing, I plugged it in, but the charger sparked and went dead. Isolation pressed in. The woods loomed, alive with rustling leaves. I had no choice but to keep going. The whispers grew, fragments of words. Alone, regret, closer. My rearview mirror fogged up, as if someone was breathing on it from behind. I wiped it clear, and for a split second, I saw eyes, cold, unblinking, staring back. I veered off the road, tires bumping over roots. When I regained control, the whispers turned to chuckles, low and guttural. Desperation kicked in. I remembered an old trick from those horror stories. pull over at a well-lit spot and check thoroughly. But out here, there was nothing. No houses, no cars, just me and the thing in the backseat. Thing? Why did I think that? It wasn't Mark. No human could hide like this. Invisible yet present. The farmhouse lights finally appeared, a beacon in the gloom. I sped up the driveway, gravel flying, and burst inside, locking the door. Aunt Clara was away, but the place was mine for the night. Safe. I collapsed on the couch, sobbing. But then, a knock. At the back door? No, from inside the house. Impossible. My phone buzzed again, plugged into the wall now. You brought me home. Terror froze me. I grabbed a kitchen knife and searched the rooms. Empty. But in the garage, my car sat there, doors still locked. As I approached, the interior light flickered on. And there, in the back seat, a shape materialized. Not a man, but something twisted, humanoid yet wrong. Skin like stretched leather, eyes glowing faintly, mouth stretched in a grin too wide. It wasn't a killer. It was a hitcher from beyond, an entity that preyed on the lonely, slipping into vehicles like a shadow, feeding on fear until it could follow you home. The legends were real, but twisted. Not a human assailant, but a parasite of the soul. I ran, but it was too late. The door to the house creaked open behind me. Its whisper filled the air. Now we're alone together, forever. And as the darkness closed in, remember this, dear listener. If you felt that chill on your drive home tonight, check your backseat. But more importantly, if these tales from the Terror Teller have left you glancing over your shoulder, subscribe now for more shadows that linger long after the story ends. Turn on notifications, because the next nightmare might be waiting just for you. Sweet dreams, or not.